What up, guys? Mvis. Look at this beautiful, beautiful move here. I missed it. Great volume. What we'd want to do here, if we can get a back test of this 1530, 1521 here, make some kind of falling wedge here, back test this 1483 or 15. If it decides to come down there, we could actually possibly make a nice trade here. It's never actually been able to hold this downward sloping upper resistance here as support. As you see, it likes to wick to it, touch it, drop, wick to it, wick out of it, touch this 930 to 927 area, or 929 to 930 area here, tap that, insane rejection. So, we got this beautiful volume just like we did here where we tapped it and rejected. So on this RSI here, right now we have bearish divergence here, hidden bearish divergence on the 4-hourly here, but we haven't actually confirmed that yet. So if we continued up here, the highest that we could go would be $24 or $21.69 here. And, this thing can do that. Of course, it can with this volume. But let's look at the hourly and see. Right now we are insanely overextended here, and we're starting to curl on the RSI here. So I don't actually expect this to hold, but 1826 would be a level to watch. If it was to flag out here and actually get a nice break and break this 1920, 1939, we'll call it, then you could be looking for a bigger move, but we would need some insane flagging action. And we wouldn't just want choppy like this, and we'd have to actually play the breakout too, right, of this action, whatever it ends up doing, whether it flags out here and shows us, hey, we actually might be able to go, higher here. We would have to make some kind of flagging action in this range, well, maybe as low as this range, but we don't know for sure. This is just speculation, and it could go as low as 1550, of course, right? So if we do create something different here, some kind of flag that we flag out in, this is just speculation, and then we got a break of this 1930 back test, and boom, we would definitely be looking for that $30 level, but we don't know if it's going to do that or not yet. But we are at the end of this pattern here, and the reason I'm saying $30, if you were unaware, is that we have a measured move target here from this lower trend line, roughly, to boom, roughly to 28.85. And we'd have to keep that in mind, that this 24.22 is going to still be some serious resistance between these two levels here. So we'll pull that across as well. So we can keep all of that in mind here. So is this a trade that I'm in? I'm not. Unfortunately, I didn't get this break, and I really wish I was alerted on it. But seeing how overextended we are, you can see that normally up in this range here, we end up, we end up pretty much crashing pretty hard. So are we going to do that again, or can we get bullish? We could get bullish here, but we'd have to see what happens. I wouldn't bet a lot of money on it. I would wait and see. Honestly, what I would expect would happen if we were to come here and flag, that would be fine. Or if we came down here, back tested this, and then we ran, that would be a very bullish scenario. So we could be looking to enter somewhere, well, not enter, but looking for some kind of consolidation to end somewhere between this $14.50 or $15 range here. If it does come that low, that's a possibility. But for now, keep that in mind, that this level right here of 1930 is huge resistance. If we look on the 5-minute here, we have, pretty bad bearish divergence, but we are creating some kind of potential rising wedge here that it's trying to flag on top. We just got this little mini spinning top that could drop us back to the 1780. We could come back, test this, and if we, we could flag out on top of here, of course. We're pretty much stuck in between the top of this rising wedge, which
you know, of course that can break out. It doesn't have to be over right here. This could be a move that potentially brings us up over this 19 roughly dollar area here, to that 1930. But we can't go much higher, in my opinion, when our RSI is at this 81 level. Just according to this, we've gone as high as 89 on the RSI. So we could go a little bit higher, but we'll have to see what happens here, of course. And if we could ultimately hold this $16 level as support, then we could trend here and go sideways. But for now, I would look for some kind of correction after a touch on this 1930 personally, if we can manage to get to there. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at here, but this could be a bullish setup for sure. Looking at the daily, let's see how the volume looks. I mean, it's all right. It's not that good. This is a good volume spike here. This is a good volume spike here. This volume spike doesn't really compare to what we've seen. Where are we at right now, though? We did pop up over the 50 daily EMA, which is at 1540. So we'd really want to hold that 1540 if we manage to do a back test here after we touch some of these upper resistance levels here, somewhere of this 1924 to 1934 level. But being that overextended, I would expect some kind of correction. You can definitely see that we're slowly rounding here on the RSI as well. Do we have any Ichimoku cloud resistance that we can keep an eye out for? So, I mean, we have this resistance that we popped up over here. We have this cloud support here at the 1609 with the 50 at 1514. We just got this daily MACD. And on the weekly, we pretty much are above the resistance. So that's a good sign, of course. But, you know, we need a weekly close probably above the $16.10 level, I would think. So we'll have to watch it and see what happens. But I just wanted to try to do this little bit of an update here and see. I mean, we can move this here and find the breakdown target of this potential rising wedge that we look like we are in on the 30-minute here. We would look for a breakdown roughly. If we broke down in the next candle here, our breakdown target would be 1557, so 1560. So yeah, just wanted to put that out there, guys. But I am going to be keeping my eye on this for some type of back test of this $15 range and maybe a confirmed hold here before we could have another run for once. All right, peace.